Hey now, in this video I'm going to review, test, and analyze the extremely popular system from Forex Factory. Trading is as simple as 1, 2, 3. This is Trader's Landing. In this installment of Trader's Landing, we are going to examine the trading is as simple as 1, 2, 3 system, including the indicators used, or in this case not used, along with the entry criteria and examples. Then I'm going to test it 100 times in a row, followed by an analysis of the test data, a review of the equity curve, ideas for improvement, and conclude with my thoughts on this strategy. You can review the system specifics along with a link to the thread where I found this strategy on Forex Factory, all in the video description below. Just a note before we begin, the poster of this system, Too Slow, notes that it is not a trading system per se. However, it is more of a method to get entries. What I did in this video is turn Too Slow's method into a complete trading system with rigid entry, stop loss, and take profit criteria. Please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you know when more content is released. Now let's get into it. This system does not require any indicators. In fact, Too Slow does not even want charts posted on his thread with indicators, so we are going to respect that. To better see entries, we are going to change the standard candlesticks to a bar chart. With the bar chart, you can more clearly see our setups with this system. Since the strategy requires knowing where the daily open price is, we are going to add the trading session indicator to the chart. I'm going to use the one by Zen and the Art of Trading. With this on the chart, we are going to remove the alerts and change the settings to 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I chose 5 a.m. as this is closer to the time I would start my day. This is not a standard mathematical indicator which Too Slow asks you not to use, but rather this will highlight the time on the chart where we are not going to take a trade and show us where the daily open is. So there will not be any setups taken in the shaded areas. Too Slow mentions that he considers the daily open as the broker's daily open, which for most brokers would be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is exactly what we're going to use here. Let's go over the rules and review a long entry. We have the daily open here. We are looking to take trades in the direction of the daily open, which is this level here. So in this case, we're looking for longs. The next thing we are looking for is price to make a new daily low, which is this bar right here. The third thing we are going to look for is that the bar after the daily low does not make a new daily low, which it does not. We are going to place our order above the open of the bar that made the daily low, which would be this level here. We do not enter if the stop loss is greater than 5 pips. Once our entry is hit, we are going to target 3 to 1. When our trade goes 5 pips in our direction, we are going to move our stop to break even. Let's see how this trade plays out. And this one is a winner, hitting our second target. So let's try another long example. Again, we are looking to take trades in the direction of the daily open, which is this level here. The next thing we are looking for is price to make a new daily low, which is this bar right here. The third thing we are looking for is that the bar after the daily low does not make a new daily low, which it does not. We are going to place our order above the open of the bar that made the daily low, which would be this level here. We do not enter if the stop loss is greater than 5 pips. Once our entry is hit, we are going to target 3 to 1. When our trade goes 5 pips in our direction, we are going to move our stop to break even. Let's see how this trade plays out. And this one got stopped out at break even, which we will consider a win for our test. Now let's flip to shorts. The rules for shorts is exactly the same as that for longs. We have the daily open here. We are looking to take trades in the direction of the daily open, which is this level here. So in this case, we are looking for shorts. The next thing we are looking for is price to make a new daily high, which is this bar right here. The third thing we are going to look for is that the bar after the daily high does not make a new daily high, which it does not. We're going to place our order below the open of the bar that made the daily high, which would be this level here. We do not enter if the stop loss is greater than 5 pips. Once our entry is hit, we are going to target 3 to 1. When our trade goes 5 pips in our direction, we are going to move our stop to break even. Let's see how this trade plays out. And this one got stopped out at break even, which we will consider a win for our test. Let's do one more example. We have the daily open here. We are looking to take trades in the direction of the daily open, which is this level here. The next thing we are looking for is price to make a new daily high, which is this bar right here. The third thing we are looking for is that the bar after the daily high does not make a new daily high, which it does not. We're going to place our order below the open of the bar that made the daily high, which would be this level here. We do not enter if the stop loss is greater than 5 pips. Once our entry is hit, we're going to target 3 to 1. When our trade goes 5 pips in our direction, we're going to move our stop to break even, and let's see how this plays out. And this one hit our second target. And now it's time to do what we do. Before I get into the results, I just wanted to make a note that this thing did a lot better than I expected going into it. It was a fun one to backtest as there were so many signals and easy criteria. So if you wanted to start your own backtesting, this would be a great one to try out. Let's review the test data. This test was done on the Euro USD using 1-hour bars. It took 3 months to find the 100 trades. There were 50 that hit our first target, which would be break even, 22 that hit our second target at 3 to 1, and 28 that stopped out, for a winning percentage of 72%. Most consecutive wins in a row was 12, most consecutive losses in a row was 4, and the gain on the account was 38%, risking 1% per trade. There's a lot to unpack on this data set. First, target 1 is break even, so all trades that went 5 pips, did not hit our 3 to 1, and then returned to the entry level is considered a win. Secondly, there were a lot of signals. 3 months on a 1-hour bars for 100 trades is fast. That I can tell you. Also, taking into consideration that I only took setups for 12 hours out of the day. Third is this data does not take into account spreads and fees, which you would certainly need to include in your testing before being able to determine the true gain on account. Furthermore, you must be fast with this system to move your stops to break even after the 5 pips. An automated system could be useful for that. I had a developer create a system that moves my stops to break even when a particular price level is met that utilizes my broker's API. If you want to know more about that, please ask me in the comment section and I could point you in the right direction. Additionally, and of note, too slow says not to go against the freight train. For example, if you see a bunch of long bullish candles, you may not want to short that as it is very impulsive. That is more of a subjective observation, and when a mathematical indicator may come in handy. But I did not consider that in my testing. It would be in the eye of the beholder and take many hours in front of the charts to get a feel for that particular point. But if you do want to add any indicators on your chart and share on Forex Factory, please do it in another thread and be respectful of Too Slow's wishes. The equity curve here describes a lot. You can see that you start to draw down, then come up a bit, then flat, and then you start on a nice uptrend. That part will really test your mental toughness. There are long stretches of time with this system that you just hit break even over and over and over and over again. This is where it gets very tiring. Can you handle all these break even trades in a row? How do we find the crumbs on this system? Since we are not using indicators, you must test what we can test. That is our entries, take profits, and stops. Maybe you want to take profit on 1/3 of your position when you get the 5 pips in your favor. Maybe you wish to consider taking trades with a larger stop loss margin, which I would highly recommend on instruments with higher spreads. Additionally, reading through this thread, Too Slow and Hal7 have been very active and seem to be responsive to questions. So while you can ask me questions here, and that would be appreciated for the YouTube algorithm, they are there to help you too. So in conclusion, Too Slow posted about an entry method. It is up to you to create the system. I created a system, and over 3 months it was profitable. This is a very popular thread on Forex Factory and a very novel approach to a rigid rules-based trading system. Maybe you can improve what I came up with. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more content like this, it makes sense to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Bye for now.